Right now at 11, the manhunt ends. Police arrest the suspect in the shooting of 6 people, starting in Maryland and ending in Delaware.
On a very sad day, we came to a successful conclusion.
Tonight, police say it was the public's help that led them to the suspect. Officers caught 37-year-old Radee Prince in Newark, Delaware, near Glasgow High School. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ukee Washington.
And I'm Nicole Brewer. Jessica Dean is on assignment. Now, Prince is accused of shooting a total of 6 people at a Maryland office park and a Delaware car lot. We have live Team 3 coverage tonight. Alexandria Hoff spoke to a man who was once a neighbor of Prince, but we begin with David Spunt, live outside Wilmington Police. David?
Nicole, authorities say this man is desperate and dangerous, and now he is behind bars in this building behind me in Wilmington. He's waiting to see a judge in the morning. He woke up this morning with 15 felonies before today's shooting rampage. Eyewitness News was there when authorities took 37-year-old Radee Prince into custody just after 7 p.m. in Newark, Delaware.
I thank everybody for their efforts on a very sad day. We came to a successful conclusion.
About an hour later, we were also on scene when authorities brought the alleged killer back to police headquarters. Prince may be in custody, but 3 are dead and 3 are fighting for their lives. Wilmington police say Prince pulled the trigger in Harford County, Maryland in the morning, killing 3 and wounding 2 at Advanced Granite Solutions where he worked. Authorities say driving a black GMC Acadia, he made his way north to Wilmington where he shot a 6th person. Police found his car shortly before 6 o'clock Wednesday night. Thanks to tips, he was in custody about an hour later. Authorities say he was walking near Glasgow High School, but he didn't make it on school property. These 3 ATF agents took him down.
This is a desperate person. He's already killed 3 people. He shot 6 altogether, and he still had a firearm on him.
Chief Tracy is confident that firearm was responsible for the shootings. Tracy discussed Prince's 15 felony convictions and admits it's troubling the man was walking the streets in the first place.
We're moving towards focused deterrence, group violence intervention, and that's going to be coming. I'm only here 5 months, but there's things that we can do in Wilmington to reduce violence. But we're going to give these individuals, we're going to give them options, not choices. They're going to need to put the guns down.
Police say that these were targeted shootings. He knew all of the victims in this case, the 6 victims, but in the end it doesn't really matter because in the end it's a tragedy. People fighting for their lives, families devastated by what happened. This suspect will appear before a judge here in Wilmington in the morning, and at some point soon I'm told he will be extradited to face murder charges a little bit south in Maryland. Reporting live tonight in Wilmington, Delaware, David Spunt, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
David, thank you. So who is Radee Prince? Tonight we are getting a first-hand account from someone who says he knew him very well. Eyewitness News reporter Alexandria Hoff joins us now from our satellite center with that part of our story. Alex?
Well, hey, Ukee, it is rare to get such insight on a suspect so early on, but tonight we spoke with Prince's former next-door neighbor, who says that Prince often opened up to him during late-night conversations.
He liked to talk about the Eagles, his own craftsmanship, and enjoyed an evening beer. That is shooting suspect Radee Prince, as described by his former next-door neighbor, Robert Hotz.
I'm still getting chills. Like, I couldn't imagine that. Like, 'cause I just picture him and I just sitting there chatting in the middle of, 2 o'clock in the morning, just about life and this and that.
Over the phone, Hotz told Eyewitness News that he lived next door to Radee Prince for several years on a quiet block in Elkton, Maryland. Hotz moved off of the street 1 year ago.
I happened to look over at the TV. I was like, oh, man.
He had caught wind of the deadly workplace rampage in Edgewood, Maryland, and at first had trouble picturing such violence coming from a man that he got to know well, often around a backyard fire pit.
Just talking to him, every other day, once a week, he seemed like calm and collective, and even when we were drinking, he'd open up a little bit more.
Hotz says that Prince lived with a woman, perhaps his wife.
Like, everything they did was pretty much in the middle of the night.
That includes loud arguments.
A lot of times I'd hear like hollering and screaming and like punching the walls.
Hotz adds that Prince never directly spoke of weapons or past arrests and was vocal about turning his life around.
But I know he said he made some mistakes in life, and he was just trying to be quiet and trying to work and do the right thing in life.
Hotz says that he didn't know Prince to have any children and that he almost never had visitors. Reporting live in the SAT Center, Alexandria Hoff, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.